Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is load a 3D model, but before I do, I just want to talk about A-Frame in the general. A-Frame has a lot of documentation that you could go through. It helps to understand JavaScript alongside obviously HTML to write more complicated things. There's also lots of A-Frame, if I go A-Frame, I don't know, plugins do they call them, components. There's actually all these A-Frame extras that you can find that other people have written, different things that you can get. It's just a matter of Googling and finding different things to add lots of extra capabilities that you don't even have to write. Then you really just kind of cut and paste a small snippet and you get lots of things without having to write the actual JavaScript. But going through documentation, you will see as far as 3D models, they suggest either a GLTF or an OBJ that they can use. Now, we've been using that. GLTF is actually a transmission format. That's what the TF stands for. So they actually recommend that. And so you could find those online at like Sketchfab. They transform everything into a GLTF. So pretty much anything on Sketchfab. The problem with Glitch is getting the textures to load, because then you need to keep them in the same folder for it to find it. But luckily for us, A-Frame actually hosts some test models, so we'll use one of theirs to do this. So here we're back in our scene as it stands, and we'll go back to our cut and paste document. And the first thing you want to do is grab this, right? And we put it in the A assets so that we preload it. And you'll see that this is a brain. I don't know why it's called brainstem. When you see it, it's a person, or it's like a little robot guy. So next we just go to our cut and paste and say, yep, we're going to add this entity. You're going to notice, right, it's got the model, it's got the ID that's up here, it's got some positioning and scaling. And so when we go over here, we have our wonderful little guy here that we can kind of go up and check out. And that's really it. That's all I want you to do, is just a taste of what it's like. Now, this was very simply what it's like. Obviously, it would take a lot more if you wanted to add more capabilities and things. And there's lots of tutorials on their line, lots of resources if you wanted to follow up with this and do something with it. The other thing I'm going to recommend you do is then actually, before you're going to hand this in an icon, just the link to the glitch you made. But also open it up in your phone and you'll see that you'll be using the magic window and be able to kind of like spin around the room and see that, right? Technically with A-Frame, you could also plug in a headset and it would run and things like that. That's the whole purpose of it. But for right now, and I think when you open it on your phone, it will give you the Google Cardboard symbol here, and you'll be able to actually then have it in headset mode as well. So that's it. That's a little taste of A-Frame. So just go ahead and put this in icon.